Come sit on the cosmic couch where we have lots of fun. So much to hear and say, nothing gets in the way on the cosmic couch.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Amethyst. I'm here with my little sis Claire Claire.
Hi guys. Welcome back to the Cosmic Couch. In this episode, we're going to discuss our humble beginnings doing odd modeling jobs found on Craigslist. And we're going to take it back to when we were in high school trying to make it as models.
Get ready to hear about nude massages, Claire selling her smelly socks, me attending some foot fetish parties, and a lot of ghetto photo shoots.
So let's take it back to when I was 15 with my fake ID. And I had literally a cricket photo on the fake ID, but the Craigslist people didn't really care.
And you know how a real ID, it's like printed out on the plastic?
Yeah.
Yours was cut out and glued and
it was
laminated.
really ridiculous.
I can't believe anybody thought it was real.
Let's talk about how we met the creepy Virgo man that kind of led us into this realm.
So I turned 18 years old. I started going on Craigslist to find acting and modeling work. And that's not really the elite place to go. So the first guy I found, he had a very cool ad up, like make tons of money just with your feet. And so we met this creepy Virgo man. He shoots our first foot fetish stuff and gets us up on his website. And we were like, whoa, $100?
Oh yeah. My first set with him was at the park. Candid shots of me looking like I would just played tennis and then went on the grass to massage my foot afterwards. And he was taking candids like he just caught me doing that. Really hilarious shots, but I made $100. And to me, I'm like, oh my God, just for going to the park and taking off my shoes. This is amazing.
Yeah. And he enjoyed creating these videos. He found something that he really loved to do with his life.
Yes. When I was in school, I'd wear these Pumas and my feet would get so smelly.
They smelled like Parmesan cheese.
They smelled like popcorn cheese. When we did the first shoot at the park, he caught a whiff and he said, if you wear your socks throughout the day and I pick them up freshly afterwards, I'll pay you $50 per sock. He'd meet me at the liquor store. I'd take them off and he'd immediately put them in a Ziploc bag to contain their stank for later. You know, I was saving up for the iPhone back then and I made enough in 4 or 5 weeks to have the first ever iPhone that came out. And he opened the door to a lot of other funky things that happened for us in that time period.
I did foot fetish parties.
Yeah, talk about that.
Okay, so if you've ever been to a sex club like the Green Door, they're usually held at places like that. The girls with the feet get to enter for free. The guys have to pay like $200 to get in. And basically there's a common area where everyone goes to kind of mingle pre-foot session. And then there's these little private booths with a black curtain that if you get taken back, you go and have a foot session and the guy pays you cash. I'd go have the session and then that's when, they'd either buy 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
How much were you making for a 10-minute foot session?
Not enough. I think 10 minutes was like $20.
What?
So like you'd have to do 1,000,000 sessions to walk out with a couple $100.
That is robbery. Oh my gosh.
And like, and then there's bottles of witch hazel. And after every foot session, they'd wipe your foot down.
Didn't your foot start to burn from the dryness?
Yeah.
Your foot is the ideal foot fetish one because it's long and narrow. Mine is the epitome of not a hot foot for a foot fetish because it's wide and fat. So they would not get down to this. I didn't do really well with the foot fetish stuff other than selling my smelly socks. I had this just gut feeling that I could become a really big pinup model. I just felt it. And I just thought I got to put myself out there. And I remember I went to all these real modeling agencies like Elite. What is the other one called?
Ford.
Yeah, all of them. And they take your height on the wall. And I'm 5'7.5" and you had to be 5'9".
Barefoot.
And I couldn't swing it. I was really skinny back then. So I felt like I could do runway, but I was curvaceous. And I quickly realized it wasn't going to work for me in the high-end fashion world, but that I was getting booked whenever I would submit for these Craigslist modeling jobs. And they were very colorful jobs, but they found out that I became Playmate of the Year afterwards. And then retroactively, years later, they put up this huge big banner in downtown LA of one of the lingerie shots that I did. And it said
Playmate of the Year,
Claire Sinclair.
And it was shot long before.
It was shot when I was 16.
You got Playmate of the Year.
Yes, one of my other weird Craigslist jobs is I got hired to be a model for the Pickup Artist Society. These guys would pay $7,000 to attend a seminar to learn how to pick up women. And it was strictly an Asian Pickup Artist Society.
And they needed a model for their seminar.
Yeah, to practice their approaches on women. And it was really terrible what they did because there were these really sweet dudes. They were just really shy and they needed to learn how to approach women. So I was the model they would approach women with. But they would pay $7,000 basically to get a makeover or a make under to get converted into looking like a douche, where the head guy would make them get spiky blonde hair, wear Ed Hardy shirts. I didn't believe in anything they were preaching, but I was really broke and I wanted to save money to move out of my family's house. So I took the job. It's very cringy and embarrassing, but it happened. And, I was just doing what I was doing to make money as a teenager. My next Craigslist was, luckily I went with my best friend, Matt. I got hired to do a massage and I thought, oh, awesome. $500 for a video of me getting a massage. I love massages. I undress because you're getting a massage, but he has like the sheets there. And then when I flip around, booty ass naked, now I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Give me my sheet. But I'm thinking, oh my God, this is the biggest. This is $500 for me to get a massage. He didn't touch any of my areas because he was recording it I'm sure for his own personal use.
And what was he saying? It was for educational purposes?
He was saying he was teaching how to do massages.
Beware of the Craigslist guys.
Yeah, so we did some really sketchy Craigslist jobs back in the day. I actually missed...
You know what? I'm surprised we're still alive.
Yeah, that's Matt
we're
said
here
that. He's
right now. Can you believe that?
Yeah, Matt's like, I can't believe you did that sketchy ass job. But I missed 52 days of school combined with my junior and senior year doing Craigslist jobs. And I just was so convinced that one day, one of those jobs was going to lead to me doing my dream job. I actually got hired to be a promo model for, I believe it was a sex toy company at the Playboy Mansion when I was 18.
Prior to me
ever
working with Playboy.
Yes, it was just a random Craigslist job. They're looking for a promo model.
It was a party that purchased the Playboy Mansion as the venue for the party. And it had nothing to do with Playboy or Hef.
I was so curious. What is going on in that mansion? I saw the lights on. We were just able to have the yard. That's what you get when you rent it out. And I just kept dreaming about what was going on. Yeah, I'm like, why can't we go in? And I was just a promo model for that. And that was literally months before I ended up becoming a Playmate. And how the
so you went
shifted.
From the girl outside the mansion that couldn't come in to the one that lived in the mansion.
Yeah, within a year. And it's really crazy. And that's, again, the power of like just how much I believed that it was going to happen.
And went from making like $100 for the night to winning $100K for Playmate of the Year.
It's insane within a year. Right before the Playboy stuff happened, me and Amethyst worked on Hollywood Boulevard. We'd dress up as I was Belle and she was Cinderella, and we'd pose for tips.
We were the ghetto Disney princesses that Disneyland wouldn't have hired.
And there was a really like meth head Cinderella that would get in fights with Amethyst because she's like, you're on my turf. I was the original Cinderella. And there's all this drama in between all of the Hollywood Boulevard stars. I dated the Hollywood Boulevard Napoleon Dynamite for a little bit.
So let me clarify for people who don't know. Hollywood Boulevard is a street in Hollywood, California. It's a tourist attraction. Millions of tourists go there and they walk past these impersonators like Johnny Depp impersonator in the pirate getup, or fake Napoleon. We were the Cinderella and the Belle, and they would take a picture with them and give them a tip.
Say, we pose for tips.
We pose for tips. Yeah. And it was totally like unprofessional. No one hired us or anything. And the performers would fight with each other for like
the spots. Who's going to get the primo spots on the street? My sister's boyfriend was Elmo at the time. And then our friend David Lamb was Cookie Monster.
I remember that.
And on a good day, when the tourists were being, extra generous, we could make $250 to $300. And that's us busking out there for hours. On a bad day, you're literally counting your pennies and maybe have under $10 enough to buy a smoothie.
And there was a smoothie store there. And sometimes that would be all we end up with for the night.
We took so many pictures.
We took thousands.
Yeah.
We're on a lot of refrigerators.
Probably.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because that was literally months before everything happened with Playboy. I was out there making sometimes $7.
People didn't know that Belle with the big cleavage was going to be
Playmate of the Year.
Playmate of the Year. They were getting a $1 photo with.
Yeah. Sometimes we'd get a generous $20, but those were so rare. And it was like, it'd make our life like, ooh, someone just gave us a $20 tip. Anyways, all these things needed to happen in my life to lead me to becoming the person that I am right now. Here we go.
ASMR, baby.
I want you to close your eyes.
Close it.
And I'd like you to take a nice, big, relaxing breath with me. Inhale. Hold it for 3 seconds. Oh my God. Exhale. Why don't we just get you in a place where you're thinking about all the things that happened that you look back and wonder why did this have to happen in my life? It's because it's leading you down the path of becoming your best self, and you had to go through those
Part of your journey.
your trials and tribulations to become your ultimate self. And just be thankful that those things happened, because they made you unique and gave you a different perspective that nobody else has. And that's going to help you and be one of your strengths moving forward.
And you can give some gratitude towards the growth.
If we can close this out with you just sitting, meditating, and thinking of 3 things that you're grateful for right now. You could say them aloud if you'd like. You could say them in your head, and just really fill your heart with the gratitude of the things that you're really feeling blessed to have in your life. Really fill your heart with that love. Before we leave, just really take that in and think about the 3 top things that make you happy to be alive. And let's breathe in one more time. Hold it at the top. Exhale. And thank you for joining us on our 2nd ever episode of The Cosmic Couch.
On the cosmic couch.